Hi, ladies and gentlemen. My name is still Kenneth Ubebo, and it's my pleasure to be having this short conversation about playing the long game. I like the sound of that. I will say it again. A short conversation about playing the long game. What is the long game and why is it important for success? Some people think success delayed is success denied. Not true. Success delayed is not success denied. And most people quit when success doesn't show up immediately. For me, this is April, and I'm sorry to tell you, some people have already quit on this year. Of course, January they had plans, they had goals. February, March, which is just first quarter, some people have already given up on the year. And so they are waiting to tell themselves another new year. No. The truth is, if you quit, you lose. I don't mind what results you've gotten in the first quarter of the year. It's just the first quarter. 25% of the year gone. Regrowth take time. Success take time. So you can't be quitting in April, because if you quit, you lose. Now, I've had experience in construction for many years. I have experience in farming, and this is one thing I can tell you about construction and farming. Certain things take time. No farmer goes to the farm, plant on a Monday, and expects to go in for a harvest on a Tuesday. No, there's no crop that has one day from planting to maturity. I know there are all kinds of crops, there are all kinds of years, different kind of species of crop, but no one that you plant on a Monday and you harvest on a Tuesday. Maybe it will take you a month, 2 months, maybe 3 months. And sometimes it takes you years to harvest. Same with construction. When you want to do any serious project, you are there for 3 months. That's even a small project. Some for years to get what you want. So whether farming, whether construction, it will take you time to achieve success. You know what the actual failure is? Actual failure is in you quitting. 2026 and April, some people already quitting. No. If you quit, you lose. You must learn to play the long game, the long game, the long game. Now, I know a lot of people like this, play the short game, but there's a trap to playing the short game. Success takes time. People chase quick money. And that's why most people get into what they call Ponzi schemes. You know, somebody tells you, put in this money in 24 hours or in 1 month, I'm going to double it. That's why most people get into those schemes. People who build sustainable wealth do it over time. Warren Buffett has been investing over a long time. Your banker has been in banking for a long time. The businessman down the road has been in business for a long time. I know social media sometimes creates the illusion that there's something called overnight success, but like I will say again and again, the person who you think is an overnight success has been building for maybe 5 years, maybe 10 years, maybe 15. If you don't hear their story, you think they are an overnight success. Even for musicians, even people who do fraud, they have done it long enough to be so good at it. Now, when a musician has a hit track, that's not his first track. That will be the first track, but he's been working on his craft for long. Short-term thinking will deprive you of that long-term sustainable success. Fast success is often fragile. So don't fall into the trap of short-term thinking. Think long-term. Think 1 year. Think 5 years. Think 10 years. Now, if you think long-term, you realize that consistency will compound everything. There's a certain business I ran at a time. I remember 3-4 years after I shut down the business, somebody called me to request for the service. So I was saying to myself, I did marketing 3-4 years ago. Now the result is just coming out. But of course, I was no longer in that line of business, even though I was doing something similar, but not exactly the service he was requesting. I wasn't offering that service. So it means that if I had kept marketing, maybe some of the results will come. Long-term outcome comes from small daily actions. You can't take an action today and expect all the results in 1 day. No, some will come in years, some will come in months, but you must be consistent. Consistency compounds. Now, if you look back at some of the things you've learned over time, you realize that you didn't learn them in 1 day. Whether it's skill, whether it's relationship, whether it's growth, consistency compound. You don't meet somebody in 1 day and you guys become best of friends. No. You don't go into business 1 day and you become the best at it. You don't learn a skill 1 day and become the best at it. Whatever it is you do, consistency. compounds over time. So you should be thinking long term. Now, when I say think long term, imagine practicing a certain skill 1 hour daily for 1 year. That's long term thinking. So people practice it for 1 week and they don't become very good at it, they give up. No, that's short term thinking. What if you are consistent 1 hour a day? I'm sure most of us can spare 1 hour a day, and then you are consistent for 1 year. You will become good at it. I promise you, except you have no natural inclination, natural aptitude, or natural endowment like in sports. But if it's things that you have the natural endowment, you have the mindset, you have the brain, you have the physical attributes, in 1 year, you would be good at it. Now, long-term thinking means that beyond your goals, you should build systems. Goal will give you a direction, but it's systems that will deliver results. Now, it's easy to say, in 1 year, I want to make this month, but you must come back and plan and build a system that will give you that result. Now, when you are building your system, you must come back to plan your daily schedule, your weekly schedule, your monthly schedule, and your daily discipline. It's some of those your steps daily that will compound to give you the results you are looking for. I've said this to people very often. The reason why most people who set goals fail is that they set outcome goals. I want $10 million, I want $1 million, whatever it is. Now, they don't set system goals. They don't set output goals. What are the things you need to do? Maybe you need to make 10 calls every day. Maybe you need to make 100 calls. What are those things you need to do? They are process goals. Don't just set outcome goals. Create a system and set process goals so that when you take those process consistently over the long time, you're going to get the result you desire. Systems, build systems that gives you result. And then my final thought is think in years, act daily. Now somebody is going to assume that I say yes, play the long game, think long term, and then think long term and take no action. No. Think in years, act daily. Take your mind away from quick wins. No. Instant money, no. Viral sensation, no. Think long term, but act daily. Make that a lifetime strategy. You are thinking 5 years, 10 years time, but daily you are putting in the work that will put you in 3 years, in 5 years where you want to be. You align your daily action with that future you want to achieve. Everything you do every day should be aligned with the person you want to be, the place you want to be in 5 years, in 10 years. I say play the long game, but what I'm saying is think long term but act daily. Think in years but take action daily. Now, I like this quote and I will close here. Somebody said, people overestimate what they can do in 1 year, but they underestimate what they can do in 5 years. Of course, people said short-term goals, 1 year. This year I want to do XYZ. But then they underestimate what they can do in 5 years if they are consistent. And why are most people not consistent? Because they think short-term. They don't play long-term. I'll tell you the truth. The big entrepreneur, the big businessman, the big IT specialist, whoever you are seeing at the top of their game today, they've been there for the long term. And if you want to be at the top of your game, you must learn to play the long game. Stop looking for quick fixes, quick wins. No. Give it the time, give it the consistency, give it the effort, give it the discipline. Think in years, act daily. Build system, have long-term thinking. Think like a farmer, think like a builder. Yes, do today what is aligned with where you want to be 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Think in years, act daily, play the long game. My name is Kenneth Weber, and it's been my pleasure sharing this short video about playing the long game. Till I see you in another conversation, keep winning, keep playing the long game. Thank you.